Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello. This is your boy Stevie Ray with the world's most dangerous podcast, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. We got a very, 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 very big show tonight. Legendary boxing trainer Ronnie Shields will be here tonight. And we're going to talk about some things in the boxing world that I really want to know about, and I hope you guys do too. But with that being said, tonight is our main event night from now on. It's no longer Motown Wednesday. It's main event Wednesday now. So now I'm going to be having special guests on Wednesday and sometimes Thursday also. I might be doing some double headers, ladies and gentlemen. I might be having super guests on Wednesday night, and I might be bringing people in on Thursday night also. We're going to double it up. I got so many people. Some I've already interviewed and some new ones that's coming at you. Some people from the wrestling world, some people from the entertainment world of acting, movies, things of that nature. And, I've been out there just gathering talent to want to come on the world's most dangerous podcast and talk to your boy. Last night, I was having a conversation with Sonny Ono about O.J. Simpson. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know I am trying to get O.J. Simpson on this show? Did you know that? Yeah. And I think if O.J. want to talk to anybody, it's your boy. Like I was trying to explain to Sonny last night, I just don't want to be the podcast to talk about the same things that everybody else talking about. I want to be the podcast to talk about anything with anybody. That's what I want to do. And I want to make the world's most dangerous podcast, the podcast that people can go to regardless where the talent comes from. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we haven't had any guests in quite some time. But tonight it all changes, man. From here to the end of the year. Well, some weeks I'm not going to be able to come on, like tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow, I got 3 podcasts to do tomorrow. One of my own, and I got one from guys in Philadelphia, and I got one from some other guys in New York. I don't know why everybody want to talk to me. I mean, I don't have very much to talk about. But the thing is, they can't get anybody to talk about anything on these podcasts. That's why they come to your boy. Who's more well-versed on subjects as it pertains to everything other than myself? Who? And can keep it interesting all at the same time. That's what the show is all about. Got to bring a different flavor. Now, for all you wrestling fans out there, I got some humdingers. I can't tell you about them right now, but I got some legends. I got some guys that, recently retired. They're still out there doing their thing, maybe not on the big thing. And I got some guys that's out there doing their thing today. I got some up-and-comers. Yeah. Now, people from the world of acting. I got a couple of people right now, maybe like 3 different people from the acting world that you guys know exactly who they are and you know their movies. I can't tell you who they are. I can't give it away. I like to keep everything a secret. But these shows are going to be phenomenal. They're going to be big. You know why? Because I'm in it and I'm doing it. Because that's what we do right here on the world's most dangerous podcast. We bring you entertainment. We bring you excitement. And everybody can ride along live. How many people are going to do that for you? Or how many people going to tape some stuff and edit it all up and then give it to you all sliced up? I don't do that to you. When I bring you somebody, it's live and in living color. If you want to send in a message, I will read it for them. If you want to call in on the phone, I will pick the phone up and let you talk to them. Who else does that for you? Who else? Man, we're dangerous. And we didn't get dangerous sitting at the bus stop. We got dangerous because that's what we are. No fear, baby. Not in this game. What's up, Queen? What's up, J. Brills? Waiting for all my Twitch guys to show up because a lot of them was telling me they really want to talk to Ronnie Shields tonight because we got a bone to pick with Ronnie Shields. Yeah, we got a bone to pick. You know, let me tell you guys a story, man. Let me tell you guys a story about Ronnie Shields. You know what? I used to invite him over to my radio show. He'd come in and give us the business about how smart he was about professional boxing. We all know how smart he was. You know, he tried to come in and try to make your boy Stevie Ray, try to make Stevie Ray look like he doesn't know what he's talking about, you know, after I had already smashed the great Ralph Cooper in boxing knowledge. You know, Ralph Cooper had to go to a computer to remember things. But, you know, I didn't have to go to a computer. You know where I went? Tell you where I went. I went to my head. You know, because I'm a real boxing fan. I'm not somebody that just watched the fight because they didn't have anything to do that night. As a youngster, your boy boxed a little bit. See, y'all didn't know that about old Ray Dog. Yo, Ray Dog used to get in the ring a little bit, man. But, you know, I stopped and then I started doing karate, you know. Then I stopped and then I started playing football. Your boy is well-versed in all sports, man. What you talking about? But that's what Ronnie used to do, try to come in the studio, make your boy look bad. Me and my co-host, Angel Corona, you know, told us we didn't know what we was talking about. Told us that Triple G was going to knock somebody out. And Triple G got exposed for what he really was. And I told him this. I told him. He didn't want to believe me. You know, oh, Triple G, he's going to knock Danny Jacobs out. I'm telling you right now. That's what he said. You know what? I'm going to tell you what I told him. I said, Ronnie, you my man, 50 grand. But this is what's going to happen. European fighters can't change their spots. They're like a leopard. They fight straight up in the air with two fists up like John L. Sullivan from the late 1800s and early 1900s. They can't change their spots. And I'm going to tell you this, Ronnie Shields. They're going to be exposed. The flaws will be exposed. And that's what happened. And then what did he do? He goes into the ring. He goes into the ring with Canelo Alvarez, and everybody could see Danny Jacobs exposed him. He's not going to admit it. He's not going to admit it, you know. He's trained champions. I never have. But I've trained champions in the wrestling ring. What about that? What about that, Mr. Shields? But when we get him on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have at him. Whatever questions that you have, I want to see them. Don't laugh, Queen. It's real. It's real. Don't laugh. This is a true story. You know, whenever I tell stories, sometimes they could be kind of humorous, but at the end of the day, these are true stories. It's what he did, man. Try to embarrass me. Then he wants to bring in one day, you know, he has a couple of guys that was straight off the boat, you know, couple of heavyweights. They were straight off the boat. Nobody wanted to talk to them. Nobody knew who they are. But you know what Stevie Ray did? I said, man, bring them in the studio. Let me introduce them to the world. Did he ever give me credit for that? Did he ever give me credit? Did he ever say, Stevie Ray, man, I really appreciate it, man, because these two guys are straight off the boat, man, and they need a little exposure. And I gave them that. And now, you know, they're having Ronnie's training them. He was. I think one might have went somewhere else from what I read. But Ronnie put them in the ring, got them their dues, and, you know, they might become big stars. But be that as it may, whether they come big stars or not, who introduced you to the world? Fat Bottom, what's going on? Who introduced you to the world, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me, but I got a surprise for him tonight. And we're going to get ready to bring him on in just a second here. And we're going to bring him on and we're going to chop it up. I got a surprise for him tonight. But I can't tell him what the surprise is. And I can't tell you guys either. But without further ado, my main man, 50 grand. The man has trained some of the top guys in this business. There he is right there, ladies and gentlemen. There he is right there, Mr. Ronnie Shields. Ronnie, how are we going? Ronnie, do you know I was just talking about you, man, but I was saying pretty good things about you, though. You know,
yeah, I know you were saying good things about me.
Yeah, I put you over. I had to let the people know. I had to let the people know how you used to come in the studio, man. You know, Mr. Big Bad Ronnie Shields. You know, former boxer, current boxing trainer, has worked with the greats, has been trained by the greats. You know, your lineage goes a long way. Everybody knows. Everybody did the home book. Everybody goes to Google and they look up your career, this, that, and the other. They know how good you are, but you didn't tell them. I want you to tell them how you came in the studio. And your boy, Stevie Ray, always picked the fights right. When are you going to admit that?
Never.
Never?
Why should I? Because...
Oh, Lord. Look at this.
Look, you got...
What?
And
lucky?
One or two fights right.
Oh, I got more than that?
But come on, man. You're not an expert, Stevie. Come on.
Oh, I never professed to be an expert like yourself. I've never done that. You know, what's up, my boy Calcutta? Yeah, he's here. Yeah. You see him? You see him, Calcutta? He's here.
That's right.
Yeah, they watching you, boy. They watching you. We do it live. We do it live in the living color. Calcutta already, he ready to chop you up right now. Calcutta, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Calcutta. No. Wait a minute, dog. You can't come in here telling running stuff like you do at the gym, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is Stevie Ray show. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for them to come in, I'll tell them, you know. Okay. But yeah, why you don't? Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, have a little decorum. Don't be like Ralph Cooper. Don't be like him. Okay. Ronnie, how's it going, man? Tell us how everything is going right now under this corona emergency, man. And I know you still got to do what you got to do.
Everything's going great, man. Thank God we're working. We were getting ready for some big fights coming up real soon, like next week. Mm-hmm. And we, as you know, we just finished with Jamal Charlo, had a big win, a couple of weeks ago. So, hey, we rolling, man. We trying to not let the corona keep us down. We got to keep moving.
Now, I saw that fight a couple of weeks ago with Jamal and Jamel. And everybody knows you train Jamal, right? Is it Jamal?
Yes,
Jamal?
I train Jamal.
Yeah, you train Jamal, and both of them look very good, man. I will have to say they both look very good. I said to myself, Ronnie Shields did his due diligence this time. He brought the man in tip-top condition. He brought the man in with the fury. He brought the man in with the mindset to do what he had to do. Finally, I don't want to be critical, okay? I don't want to be critical, but finally, okay. Ronnie, he looked good, and I had to give you kudos, man, because I watched it that night, and I actually taped it at home, and I watched it when I got home because it was a UFC fight on that very night. And also, earlier that day, I had to go do a food drive for one of the political pundits that's running for office here in town. I had to go do that. And then later on, I had to go do a voter registration drive. See, Ronnie, that's what I'm out doing, man. I'm not just sitting in a gym training people and stuff like. I'm not just, Ronnie, I'm out in the community doing stuff, man.
That's good, man. I mean, I applaud you for that.
Yeah, sure you do. Yeah, sure you do. Yeah, that's okay.
I applaud you for that, man.
Yeah, sure you do.
All the props.
Yeah. You're doing it now. If we was in private, you wouldn't care, but that's all right, dog. I'm just letting you know. Okay, just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? But I got a surprise for you tonight.
All right, bring it on.
You know, my right-hand man. You know, I brought my right-hand man on with me tonight, so you cannot tell these people things that's not as they really were. You know who my right-hand man, Mr. Angel Corona. Angel is here. You know what I'm saying? Angel has a few things. I'm bringing him on right now.
Hey, what's going on, Ronnie Shields?
What's going on, Mr. Latin Heat?
What's going on?
That's what we call him at the radio show. Go ahead, Angel.
No, man. Kudos to you guys. You won a big fight. I mean, Jamal Charlo's looking like an animal out there. I mean, I think you know, the big fight for him is the Canelo Alvarez fight, but we've been talking about that for years. I mean, what's going on? Is there any momentum? Is there any heat?
No, not yet, because you know Canelo is trying to get out of his contract. You know, if there's any talk about Jamal Charlo and Canelo Alvarez right now.
Yeah, I heard that. That's been going on for like the last 15 years.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, yeah. but Canelo right now, he's stuck into a lawsuit with his own.
Right.
And Golden Boy Promotions. He's suing them for like $280 million.
Right.
So he can get out of his contract and he can do as he please. You know, and so until that's over with, there's nothing we can do. You know, we're not definitely going to sit around and wait on that fight for the simple reason that, you know, we don't know how long this thing is going to take. So
right, lawsuits can take quite some time.
This is why we're fighting. And actually, you know, the guy we just fought, Sergey Devinchenko, they was trying to get him for Alvarez, you know,
right?
But we just beat him to the draw on that one. And
well, let me ask you this. Joe is watching right now. Joe, go to the Twitch app so you can see your boy Joe Day, another good friend of ours, former boxing manager. I think he probably made Ronnie a lump sum of money back in the day that he won't admit to. But Joe, go get on the Twitch app, man, because I can only stay on Facebook. Matter of fact, I got to cut the Facebook thing off right now. Your YouTube in. You guys go to the Twitch app, man. Download Stevie Ray TV so you can see the rest of this interview. Hey, man, peace out. I got to go. See, they hear the conversation. They can hear me talking, but when I'm not talking, you know, it's like, you know, it's really kind of academic. But I like to bring the people on right before we do the show and try to get more listeners. But let me ask you this. When we see Stevie Ray in the ring, when you Calcutta, man, you just hold your horses, Calcutta. You know what I'm saying? Just hold your horses on that. You're gonna see a whole bunch of Stevie Ray doing a whole bunch of things. But I got this question right here. The Charlos are both fighting at 160 right now.
No.
And from one is fighting at 54 and one is fighting at 60, right? Yeah. Go. But they both, to me, could fight at 60. Well, if there was a fight at 60 at super middleweight or for the other one at middleweight, would you take that fight if the money was right? Or if right. Absolutely. So what I'm saying is this. Who's the contenders between 54 and a half?
The question is, who's the better Charlo? I think that's what Stevie Ray's trying to get to.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I don't want Ronnie to get no heat. No, I really don't care, but I'm just saying as far as the contenders for them in their weight class, because me and Angel was talking about the Billy Joe Saunders this past week. We was talking about Demetrius Andre this past week. We were talking about the other kid from England whose dad used to be a fighter. We was talking about him this past week. These guys are very good. Chris Eubanks Jr., yeah. These guys are very good fighters amongst a couple of more that Angel brought up. Where do you guys stand at maybe getting some of these guys in the ring?
Well, you know, as far as like a Demetrius Andre, a guy like that.
Who you don't like? I've heard you say, you know, kind of some bad things about him.
Well, I don't like him as a person. I mean, I like him as a person. I don't like him as a fighter.
Okay, I got you.
And the reason I don't like him as a fighter is because when I was training Jamel Charlo, he was champion. He signed a contract to fight Jamel in Las Vegas.
Right.
So about a week before the fight, he comes up and he backs out of the fight. So
why did he do that?
Because Jay-Z started.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
That Rock Nation.
Started Rock Nation and he started boxing. And so he wanted to sign Demetrius Andre. And rumors are he told Demetrius not to fight Jamel because of Al Heyman. And so he backed out of the fight. I mean, you got a signed contract. He signed the contract.
And then backs out of the fight.
His promoter and with the PBC.
Wow.
Okay? He signed a contract and then he backed out of the fight. You know. And that made so many people mad. I mean, it did. It made a lot of people mad. And these guys are saying today, look, you know, we won't fight him. Why? He did something like that to us. Why would we want to make money for him?
I got you.
And they have a legitimate excuse not to say, you know what, we want this guy. But look, right now, he's with the Zone. Jamal and Jamel have contracts with Showtime.
Okay.
So, you know, unless it was a Canelo Alvarez, then no, absolutely not.
Okay. Well, who else as far as a big name fighter? Because the pay-per-view, you know, it's kind of hard to do a pay-per-view thing with not a lot of people in the audience, if any, in the audience. And with the coronavirus going on. You know, the pay-per-view fighters are the fighters that are the mainstream fighters. You know, and if we come out of this pandemic anytime soon, like in early 21, something of that nature, as a pay-per-view opponent, who would it be for both of the Charlo brothers?
Well, I think for Jamel at 154 pounds, you know, he wants to fight a kid from Mexico who is the WBO champion.
Who?
I mean, not from Mexico. I'm sorry, he's not from Mexico. But his name is Tex Real. I can't pronounce his name, but he's the WBO champion. And so Jamel wants to unify and be the undisputed, you know, junior middleweight champion.
Right.
But
what about Jamal?
There's a lot of options. You just said Chris Eubank Jr. He's
there.
You know,
I like him.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he's there, and you know, of course, we got Canelo. He's there, and
I like him.
We will fight Canelo even at 168 pounds. Also, we don't have to fight him at 160. We can move up and fight him. And even if he want to go to 175, Jamal said, "Hey, wherever he go, that's where we going." So we'll fight.
Well. So you guys have laid down the gauntlet as to all challengers, especially the big names like not Corona, but I want to say Angel. I want to say Angel. I want to say Angel Corona, but Angel more like a heavyweight to these guys.
I'll do what that one guy did against Utafu, one of your fighters. As soon as the bell rings, I'll walk right out.
But I'm not walking out till I know they have put my money in my bank account. Then I'm walking out.
Exactly.
You know, you bring up FA. I was reading where you're not training FA anymore, that he is gone with Top Rank now. Is that true?
Yes. It's a.
Can you talk about it? Are you at liberty to talk about it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a terrible situation.
What'd you do?
What did who do?
You. I know how you can be. I know how you can be. You know. I know you. They call you. They call you like the big tuna of training. You might have ran him off. I want to know.
Do anything.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so here's the deal. His girlfriend. Yes, his girlfriend asked him to get a copy of his contract. And in the contract, they saw where this guy was an advisor to FA. And the guy was because he bought FA to Shelly Finkel and to Ringstar, who was his promoter. So his time was up on the contract. So they decided to go and get another advisor in Jay Prince, which, you know, Jay Prince can only advise him.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Shelly Finker being his manager, nothing to do with his promotional contract with Ringstar. It ain't had nothing to do with anything. But I think it just kind of made Shelly mad because Shelly probably has more world champions than anybody on earth. This man has, guided fighters to the top all of his boxing career.
Right.
Shelly's like 80 years old and
Right.
and still making champions, So
right. Shelly Finkel been out there for quite some time. Yes.
So he's saying, why do I need an advisor to back talk me when I'm making deals for FA? So what Shelly did was he called Jay Prince's lawyer and said, look, if you guys want to take over and buy out, that's fine with me. And so they thought about it, they talked about it, and they said, yeah, let's buy it out. So they did, they bought it out. And that's where it made Ringstar, who's the promoter, it made them a little mad too. So they called Top Rank and said, hey, you want to buy the contract out? You can do that too. So he did. And me, I just quit.
What do you think about that, Angel?
That sounds like the dirty game of politics and boxing. I mean,
yeah,
it sounds like you got to be with the right team, and you can't cross promote. And if you do, it has to be like it sounds like a hot mess.
Well, I mean, it is, man. I mean, his career was going great. It was going in the right direction for sure.
Well, let me ask you something.
He had just got ranked number 12 in the world.
Okay, I was just getting to that. I was just about to get to that.
Yeah, he just got ranked number 12 in the world by the WBC. And he got ranked, I think, number 14 by the WBA. So his career was going in the right path. You can't ask for anything better than that. And he was making good money. Are you guys still
in communication, or you just cut ties off?
Yeah, cut ties off. I mean,
I knew it. I knew it. That's how he is. I knew it. I knew it. You took him by the back of his collar, and you took him by the back of his pants and his belt, and you threw him out the gym, and you said, "Don't ever come back." That's how you are, bro. Why don't you go ahead and tell the people exactly? You took this man, Angel. I was telling the people, that nobody wanted these guys on their show. Ronnie comes to you and I. You remember this?
Yeah, they both came in. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and we put them on the map.
Ralph Cooper had them on.
Yeah, after I had them on. I mean, what the hell? What could he possibly ask them? What could he possibly ask them?
I gave you first right of refusal. See, tell the people the truth now. Tell the people the truth.
Tell them, Ronnie. Tell them.
That's not the first time somebody has saw me put something together, then they go behind me and do it another way, coming up and stealing my ideas. That's no, and now, and what could, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Angel. Yeah. One time, this is before we started doing the radio show together. I would just like for people to hear what I'm about to say right now, as it pertains to the great Ralph Cooper, our friend and our colleague. Okay. I'm going down this before we started our radio show. I used to go on Ralph's show and talk sports with him. Okay, as only I can do. Right. Nobody else could do it. You know it, Angel. Right. Nobody else could do it. And he had Keenan McCardle, former wide receiver in the NFL, who's from Houston also. Okay. Now, as I'm driving to the studio, he's interviewing Keenan McCardle for an hour before I arrived. In that 60-some-odd minutes, do you know what I learned about Keenan McCardle?
Nothing, probably.
Nothing. No thing. Nothing. I was like, is this a gag on me or whatever? He was asking questions about what did your mother and father do? What neighborhood did you come from, man? Yeah, man. Yeah, who's the mill?
Has Ralph Cooper ever dropped that question on you guys?
No, I mean, who was the milkman in your neighborhood, you know, when you grew up? I mean, come on, dog. So when Ray Dog arrived, when your boy arrived on the scene, things got cooking.
Right.
You dig? Things got cooking because I came in and really spiced some things up. So he owes me for that. And Keenan McCardle, I can see it in his eyes, like when you have a dog in a kennel in a rescue, when they look at you and say, man, please get me out of here. I need help. That's what Keenan McCardle was looking at me. I can see it in his eyes. So Ronnie Shields, you talking about, you know, you brought your boys over to Ralph had them on. Were you there? Did you quiz them? Okay, did you want to go up the street and get you a bologna sandwich, well, you know, and leave them down there? You want to go down to Alfredo's and get you a plate? You know you want to go down to Alfredo's and get you a plate and let them sit in there and take that carnage. You know that. You know it.
It was a great interview, man.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to have to pull it out.
Ralph Cooper is one of the best sports reporters in Houston.
I never said he wasn't. I never said he wasn't. No.
You try to downgrade my man.
No. I'm just telling you how some of the incidents that we had.
Okay.
Some of the incidents that
he's going into the Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, right. Did you know that?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I told him I was going to be
something right.
Yeah, Ralph is a good man. Ralph, me and Angel did a little thing for him the other day on the radio show last week, and we put him over. We always put him over, but he never put me over. He never put me over, and you never put.
He always talked good about you when I was on the show. Always. He always had great things to say about you.
You know what, brother? I'm
that big boy. That big. Always want to hit somebody or grab him by the hand.
No. You know, at the end of the day, Ralph is a good guy, man, and hopefully we can work together again. You know, but me and Angel are doing our own thing now, and I'm trying to strategize some new things. But be it as it may, if it wasn't for myself and Angel Corona, Mr. Latin Heat himself, nobody knew anything about current boxing on that show other than myself and Angel. We brought people up to speed
for about a good hour.
Well, who got Larry Holmes on the show?
Yeah, we did. You did.
You hear that, Ronnie?
I hear that.
You think Ralph could have got Larry Holmes on the show?
Well, look, I know Ralph had Evander Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker, me.
What?
Yes, right.
Oh, all your buddies.
That's right.
Yeah, and all your buddies. Your crew.
All my buddies.
Your posse. Well, Larry Holmes ain't in your posse. And Larry Holmes is one of the, he held the belt.
Holyfield is better than Larry Holmes.
You know something, Ronnie, you know.
he's more known than Larry Holmes. He's such an icon than Larry Holmes.
Hey, Ronnie, we're talking about heavyweights. Is there any news on Deontay Wilder? I know he fired his trainer. Is Ronnie Shields going to corner Deontay Wilder? Can Deontay Wilder win if Ronnie Shields is in the corner?
You know, hold on a second, Angel. We haven't asked you about that second fight. Please give us your analogy on that second fight of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury.
Okay. First things first.
Okay.
I'm looking in the dressing room right before the fight.
Okay.
And the dude warmed up for like an hour.
Deontay?
Yeah. He warmed up for like an hour. Every time they went in the dressing room, he was warming up. And I'm like, man, why is this dude warming up so much? Then he come in with this outfit on that he claims
a 40-pound outfit.
He said 100 pounds or something like that.
Right.
But, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Anyway, so then he gets in the ring and Tyson Fury jumps right on top of him right from the beginning. He didn't know what to do. He had no clue on what to do. Now, as far as my friend Mark Breland, now I know Mark told him, I know Mark and I know Mark well.
I know you and Mark go back to those Olympic days together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all kind of came up around the same time.
Yeah, I just came up a little bit before Mark, but I know the way Mark trained.
Right.
And I know.
But
Mark,
as far as notoriety.
yes, but I know Mark know what he's doing in the gym, and I know how Mark trained, and I know a lot of things that I saw Deontay do. I know Mark didn't have nothing to do with that. And look, it's a shame that he fired Mark because Mark threw in the towel because he wanted to go out on his shield. Is he crazy?
I don't know.
Crazy.
I'm asking you.
But I'm telling you, you got to be crazy to want to go out on your shield. You know, look.
Well, that sounds good after the fight, though.
Of course, it sounds good after the fight, but at the same time, you know, we're all human beings.
Right.
I'm not going to stand there and let a man take a beating when I know, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, you have to care about, excuse me, obviously, you have, you know, trainers care about their fighters. You know, we don't want to see nobody get hurt. I mean, it's ridiculous to say, okay, I'm going to just let my guy just take that beating. No, you're not going to do that. You know, I've stopped plenty of fights in my day. And look, and I've had guys get mad at me, but
I know I would have been mad.
Yeah, you could be
stop
mad
my fight
too. But
yeah, you stopped my fight.
Yeah,
you know,
I stopped it.
Especially, you know, I think you probably would have stopped my fight even if I'm winning the fight. Even if I'm winning the fight, you probably would have tried to throw the towel in, try to make me look bad. You see that? You see him, man? You see him, man?
But listen. Mark, you know, it's so funny that they say Mark wasn't the head trainer. And he is the head trainer. They say JD's is the head trainer, who is Wilder's co-manager.
Right.
They saying, so he's saying, no, he's the head trainer. But as the head trainer, they always introduce Mark as the head trainer.
Right.
Except for that night.
Okay.
After the fight, all of a sudden, Mark Breeden is not the head trainer, it's JD's. Now, Jay has been with Wilder longer than Mark. Okay?
Right.
JD's has never put on a pair of gloves in his life.
Oh, wow.
Not even a pair of work gloves. So how can he don't know anything.
Right.
You know, you could be in the sport and still don't know nothing.
Oh, yeah. You know, I see it. I see people like Skip Bayless on TV every day trying to talk boxing when boxing is coming up and sound like a complete imbecile. A complete imbecilic. I don't even know. I got too many adjectives to describe it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I know exactly what you're saying, though.
Yes. And so, you know, being in the sport for Mark has been in the sport his whole life.
Right.
And, you know, and being in that corner for as long as he's been in the corner, you know, he knows when his guys had enough. That's his job to know. You know? If something would have happened to Deontay Wilder and they wouldn't have stopped the fight and he would have died, you know, that would have had an everlasting effect.
Crazy. Crazy impact. Yes. Right. I understand where you're coming from as a trainer.
He did the right thing, and to get fired because you did the right thing is crazy.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that they threw in the towel, I was like, man, this guy's gonna get canned. There's absolutely no way he doesn't come back.
But see, if it had been me, I would have stopped it 2 rounds earlier.
Yeah.
If it was
he wouldn't have went that long. I wouldn't have let him go that long.
You know something, Ronnie? Me and my buddies went and watched the fight at the sports bar that night. And let me tell I'm not trying to put myself over. I know how good I am at predicting fights. I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. You know, I'm just good at it.
Sound like bragging.
No, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm just trying to elocute a point here. If you don't mind, just give me a second.
Go ahead, I got you.
Okay. Before that fight started, do you know I laid down in chronological order exactly what was going to happen from the beginning to the end? Did you know that?
Who did you tell that to?
What do you mean who I told it to? I told it to all my buddies. That was about 7, 8 of my guys that was sitting at the bar at the table with me.
I need to speak to them.
Oh, yeah. You know a couple of them. but I'm not going to call their names because they probably want to admit that they know you. But I'm not going to call their names. But you know a couple of them. But this is what I told everybody. This is no lie. This is no lie. I can't make this up. Angel has seen me predict things before. I'm like the Nostradamus of sports. No, but this is what I told.
It's like this. If you want to learn a 1-2, maybe a 3-4, you go with Ronnie Shields. But if you want to make some money off a boxing fight, you go with straight shooting with Stevie Ray.
That's right. That's right, Ronnie. You don't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? This is what I told everybody. This is no lie.
Okay.
I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen carefully. Okay. This is how it went down. It was a few undercard fights. That was pretty good fights. So I can't remember. The main event starts.
Right.
Tyson Fury comes out, with the deal with people carrying him. He's up on the deal and comes out looking like Spartacus or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's going to do his thing. Deontay Wilder, you remember that night? That night had something to do with something to do with African American culture. I can't remember what it was. Was it the I can't remember. But anyway, this is what I told my guys. This guy is going to try to come out and represent who he think he is. Right. And he's putting too much on his shoulders tonight because he's not built. Hey, man, what you doing, man? Guys, you killing. What the hell's going on?
I want to get the charger, man. This was getting good.
Oh, okay. Well, you should have told me that, man. I would have waited on you. Wait a minute, man. You guys got to come prepared, brother. I got my charger on right now.
No, my charger is right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Well, but what is all that scrapping and scraping? Sound like you're Sanford Arms or something over there, Angel? What the hell? What the hell, man? But anyway, he walks out in his Darth Vader type get up.
Yes.
This is what I said. And then he's trying to walk to the ring looking menacing, as if he's trying to scare someone. This is what I told my guys. I say, this guy is going to climb into the ring. He's going to take off his garb, and he's going to look around this arena, and he's going to see all these people looking at him totally different than the way he's been trying to look at himself and convince himself. And you know what he's going to say to himself? What the hell am I doing here? Because I really don't want to fight tonight. I'm serious. That is what I told them. And I said, this guy has been training in Detroit with those crunk guys. He comes in at over 273, 74 pounds. He's 6'9". He's going to look at those little gimli legs. He's going to look at those little skinny gimli legs, and I'm going to see if they can hold up under 275 pounds tonight. And I'm going to be on you like a bad habit and like a steaming bowl of collard greens. And he folded under pressure. That's what happened. That's what I told. Now, did it happen like I said?
Yes, it did.
Okay, now how would I know that?
But understand this, though. Deontay, here's what he did. He knew Tyson Fury was putting on about 15 pounds more than the last fight. So he decided to put on 10 more pounds.
He came in about what, 230, 235, 233?
Yeah. In that first fight, he was like 216, right? He was like 216.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
215, 216, something like that. Now, why would you do that? Why would you make yourself slow, number one?
Mm-hmm.
You're not used to fighting. He's never fought at that weight before.
Right.
So why would you do that? And he did it himself. It wasn't like they trained him to do that. He didn't. He did that himself. So he outsmarted himself.
So this third fight that they've called off, and I guess now Tyson Fury is going to start concentrating on Anthony Joshua now. And he's left out in the cold now. What do you think this is going now?
You know what? I have no idea, to tell you the truth, man, because, I don't know the whole story.
Right.
And, because from what I'm reading, people haven't been able to talk to Deontay. I talk to Shelly every day because I have other fighters that's with him. But I don't talk to him about Deontay because that's none of my business. And,
I hear you.
You know, but I don't know what's going on with that situation. But sooner or later it's going to come out.
The fight this past weekend, me and Angel. Angel, did you see the fight? Because I thought it was a great fight.
That was a good fight. I mean, I want to know what you thought about it. I thought Lomachenko looked a little lazy. Looked a little like he was waiting for the fight to come to him, and then by the time he decided to turn it on, that kid Lopez actually stood up and pushed him back.
What do you think about that fight? Lomachenko and Lopez. I thought that's one of the best fights I've seen in quite some time, Ronnie.
I mean, it wasn't the best fight I've ever seen.
Wait a minute. I say that I've seen. I haven't seen all those fights you have. I never said that. Stop taking what I'm saying out of context.
I'm talking about me. I ain't saying about you.
I know. I said that's the best fight that I've seen. I haven't seen all the fights. You said
one of the best free fights. One of the best free fights.
I mean, come on, man. I mean,
okay, but listen.
I'm listening.
So it was a good fight, but it wasn't one of the best fights that I've seen in a long time.
Okay.
I've seen better fights.
That's been duly noted, and I never said it was the best fight I ever seen. I said it was one of the best fights I've seen this year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay. It still wasn't one of the best fights I've seen.
Oh, man, come on. Okay.
Hey, Ronnie, we're not ringside for every fight, okay? We actually watch it on the TV like regular people.
I'm just messing with Stevie Ray, man.
No, you're not. You're telling the truth, man. You're not trying to act like you're playing around. You're 100% true. Now, okay.
But listen.
Now, when I was doing my due diligence as a sports journalist, remember that?
Yes.
And I came down to cover you. I came down to cover you, okay? And your fighter. That I was looking at my watch, and I'm like, Ronnie, when is he going to turn it on and get this kid out of here? And he never did, okay? He never did. Then afterwards, I have to go in the press conference, and I got to ask the good questions that everybody was afraid to ask. Did you know that, Angel? People were afraid to. And you know what my question was to Mr. Charlo? What kind of advice was Ronnie really giving you over there? That was my question. What kind of advice? I mean, did he put you in a good position to do what you should have done, which was taking that kid out of there, right here in Houston, Texas?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, I can tell you this: my guy's 31-0. That's all.
Oh, brother, don't come on the show bragging.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying, bro? You know
that's all that need to be said.
This gotta stop, man. This gotta stop, man. Okay. Well, okay. Get back to the
Lions only, right? Lions only.
Get back to that, bro. I mean, this dude, bro. Don't get back to it.
So, look, man, this young kid, Lopez, he came out and he came out to prove to people that he was world champion also. He wasn't just one world champion in there.
Right.
He let everybody know that he was world champion. And look, this kid is 21 years old, no fear, no nothing. And his kid came to fight. And he did. And let me tell you something. Everybody is screaming about the scorecards. Why are you screaming about the scorecard? Look, this kid won. I thought he won 9 rounds out of the fight. At least 9 rounds. He could have won it. He could have won at least 10, but I gave him 9 rounds out of the fight. Now, Bob Arum now is going and say, yeah, Lopez won the fight, but he didn't win it by those scorecards. It doesn't make a difference now. The kid won the fight, and that's all that's important. But now it comes out that Lomachenko tore something in his shoulder.
Yeah, he had surgery.
What happened before?
Yesterday, day before? Yeah, I read that.
Yes. So, look, but it's no excuses. You got in the ring.
Right.
Okay? You got in the ring and you fought. So don't come and say now that you was injured before the fight. I mean, that's the poorest excuse in the sport. He could have said, look, I did it in the fight, during the fight.
During the fight, yeah.
Right.
But, I get sick of excuses, man. Look, in this sport, it's so hard to go undefeated in this sport.
Well,
Look, sometimes
you can when you fight inferior competition.
yeah, you can. That's true. But
We've seen
it's
people
so
do that.
hard when
I don't want to bring
do
up any
fight,
names.
when you do fight competition, when you do fight the best of competition
Yeah,
in some fights, then
I'm used to the best
look,
of the best. I'm used to the best
sometimes
of the best.
you'll win.
I'm used to that.
Sometimes
Top guys, top
you'll
names.
win close fights, and sometimes you'll lose close fights.
That's right.
That's just the
There's
way
no
it
shame in
is, you
There's
know.
no shame in
And no, it's no shame in that, you know.
Right.
You know, that don't mean your career's over because you lost, you know. Now
Well, I
he
think
has
a
a
lot.
rematch clause. He has a rematch
Oh, I was
clause.
just about to ask you that about the rematch clause.
Yes, no, he has a rematch clause. But now this kid is talking about, look, man, I might go up to 140 now. I might go and fight up at 140. You know, he's 21 years old. He's a big lightweight.
Yeah.
I was
I
just
can
about to say
understand.
this kid looked like he could go up to 47 like it's nothing. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got broad.
Yeah,
He's got a big body. He's got broad shoulders.
I bet you he
He's
walks
only
around about
23 years
150.
of age. Excuse me.
I bet you he walks around about 150.
You're probably right. And look like it's all muscle too.
All muscle.
Yeah.
That kid,
Oh.
and he's tall for a lightweight, so
Mhm.
he can handle going up to 140 pounds easy.
I heard that. But let me ask you this. There's some of the past fights, and we appreciate you giving us your analogy on these past fights. But man, we got a fight coming up. What is that, next week that some of your fighters are on?
Yes.
Tank? Is that
And Santa Cruz.
yeah, Leo
Santa
Santa Cruz and Tank? What
Yes.
give me, brother? This is a very, very, very compelling fight, man. And I don't know which way to go. What do you think, man? Now, give me a little time to analogize some things, and I'll give you my prediction. You know,
So listen.
but I give it to you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it to you right now.
Okay, go ahead, Gary.
I don't think Tank has been taken into deep waters yet.
No, we haven't.
I don't think he's been taken into deep water and dropped off into some funk. And I think Leo Santa Cruz gonna take him into deep water, baby, and he might not be able to swim his way out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I have to disagree with you, of course.
As usual. Right, that's why I want Angel on the show. Angel, we bringing him back on this show.
Yeah, we got proof now. We got live proof.
We want everybody to see. See, this is what I want everybody to see. How he wants to come and contradict everything that I say. And then he's
I'm not contradicting everything. I just had a different opinion.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So listen, look.
I'm listening.
You know, I've been watching both guys, and Leo Santa Cruz is a 4-division champion. So
I know this.
He's really good. And you know, he's a real tall guy for that weight class.
Right.
Know? And can he win? Yes, absolutely he can win. You know, he has a lot of skills. But the only reason I'm going with Tank is because Tank has a lot of skills and he has power. Santa Cruz isn't known as a power puncher.
That's true.
And Tank has fought some decent opponents in the past, and he's walked through a lot of them because of the power that he possessed late in the fight. Remember, I didn't say early, late in the fight.
Yeah, late, like the 6th round.
No,
that's late for him. That's late for him.
But listen, you know, look, I know the opportunity that both guys are going to bring, because it is a huge opportunity for both guys, because this is a pay-per-view show, and it's huge. They fight for 2 titles at 130 and 135, but Tank is the champion at 35, and you know Santa Cruz at 130. But they're fighting for both titles, but the weight has to be 130.
I got you.
And about a week ago, they had to have a 14-day weigh-in. And Tank came in at 135. That let me know right there that he's in shape, he's serious, that he's not taking Leo Santa Cruz lightly. So, and I know this. Okay.
Hey man, what kind of notice is that you getting over there, bro? What is that? You got some food cooking or something?
No,
What you
my
got?
phone.
What you got? One of those air machines or something? Your chicken is ready. What is that?
That was my phone, man. I don't know. I got it on silent and it started making noise. So I don't know.
Oh, I thought your
It probably heard you and wanted me to tell you.
Yeah. I thought your air fryer was got your hot legs ready or something like that. But
Tank, I just think that Tank is always in great shape. So is Leo Santa Cruz. It's going to be a great, friendly, fan-friendly fight.
You're picking Tank to knock Leo Santa Cruz out.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. To me, it sounded like Ronnie Shields is trying to walk around the yard and say it's a knockout.
No, I don't think it's going to be a knockout, though. I'll put it this way. If it's a knockout, it's going to be late, like 10, 11, 12 rounds. Because look, Leo Santa Cruz, man, this kid, he showed me so much in all of his fights. He's a really good fighter. The only thing he lacks is the power at that division at 130 pounds. When he first started at 122 pounds, the kid was a good puncher at that, but he didn't carry the power up with him. He got the height, but he didn't carry the power. So, and I just don't see him keeping Tank off, in the later rounds. I really don't.
Now that fight is going to be in the Alamo Dome, right?
Yes.
Now, how many people are they going to let come into the Alamo Dome for that fight?
I don't know yet. I don't know. From what I understand, they're talking right now like they're not going to have any ringside seats. Everything is going to be in the stands.
Hey, wait a minute, dog. Because I was thinking about going.
The Dallas Cowboys, they allow their fans in the stadium.
Yes, they are, but at a limited.
Yeah, but to see what? I think it was. I think they should be arrested for letting people in the stadium to see the Dallas Cowboys. I think Jerry Jones should be brought up on charges for seeing that. I mean, how can you stomach that, bro?
But look, it's the commission. It has nothing to do with the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are the co-promoter of the event because it's their stadium. But the commission rules on how many people can be in that arena. And so now I don't know what they're doing there. I have no idea. As far as ringside, they may have ringside seats there, scattered out. But from what I understand in San Antonio, they're talking about not putting any ringside seats unless you're with Showtime or with the commission.
Right. Now, you remember that first fight that Pacquiao had in Dallas Cowboy Stadium?
Yes.
Against what was the brother's name? No. Before Margarito, the brother. I think he was African or one of the countries.
Yeah. I was there. I had fights on both of those shows.
Right. And they didn't have any ringside seats on that fight. Remember that?
I don't remember that, actually.
Yeah, they didn't have any. Oh, I watched it on television. But the second fight, when he fought Margarito, they had him all the way up to the ring.
Yes.
Because that was a bigger fight. Remember, they had a Nelly or somebody come out and perform, which I thought was a travesty, but, that's just me. You're going to get somebody out here, get the Dixie Chicks or something like that in Dallas, Texas. That's what I wanted to see.
That's right.
But I think they got blackballed for saying something about George Bush. But be it as it may, we see how that turned out. But the third fight, the last fight that I want to talk about tonight is the fight that me and Angel are thinking about going to.
Okay.
In AT&T Stadium. Errol Spence Jr., Danny Garcia. My thing is this, and I want to ask you about this. Errol Spence Jr. had a horrific accident a little over a year ago.
Yes.
When he was leaving one of the clubs that you so frequently visit, from what I was told. I don't know how true this is.
What is it called? Hot Wings? What is it? Hot Wings or Magic City? Which one was it?
I don't know the name of it, but I was told Ronnie Shields has been seen trying to lay low in the place a couple of times. I don't know how true this is. I'm saying I don't know. Somebody could have been lying to me. I don't know.
They are lying to you.
Okay, cool, man. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there because I told the people, not my boy, man. He don't do that. He don't creep in the middle of the night. He would never do something like that. But you know how people like to talk. But be it as it may, The guy's driving a nice, I think he's driving that 458 Italia, with the top off. For anybody out there that don't know anything about cars like your boy, that's the new Ferrari. It's a new Ferrari. Bad, man. It is nice. And I don't know if he had been drinking or whatever, but if it wasn't for the top being off that car, man, he could have got hurt very, very bad. And it ejected him from the car. Now, my thing is this.
Two things.
My thing is, go ahead.
I mean, he also didn't have a seatbelt. That's what saved him.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, seatbelt was off. And I never drive without a seatbelt. Angel never drives without a seatbelt. Ronnie, I've been there. I'm into sports cars that go really, really fast and got a lot of horsepower. But you have never seen Stevie Ray drive down the highway at drunk or inebriated or anything that's going to mess with anything with my focus. I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
Now, I got nothing against drinking. Most of my friends drink. A lot of my friends get high. They do all kinds of stuff. I don't care, But when I get in my ride, you dig? I got to have my faculties together, bro.
Absolutely.
But he's a young man. And, I don't know how much scattered ass he been messing with all night. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Get a man jacked up. He's a young man, brother. You're only young once, you run it. We was there once, bro. Don't try to lie. I know your wife probably listening. You know what I'm saying? But we was young once, man. You know what we did. We was Angel's age once. You know what I'm saying? We did some crazy stuff. But be it as it may, man. What I want to know is this. He survived the crash, and he looking good now. And this fight is coming up December the 5th, I think it is. And we want to try to attend that fight. But my thing is this, man. Angel and I was chronicling these things on the radio show last week. And what I was saying was, I've gone through a lot of things, and physically, I was a tough guy, but I didn't know how they affected me mentally. Right. And I consider myself a mentally strong person, but something that horrific, and we don't know where you are mentally, and you're getting in the ring with a top hand. Danny Garcia is a top hand. I would just like to know, from your point of view, mentally, where is this kid right now, bro? What would you think about that?
Well, I tell you, man, sometimes it takes an accident like he had to bring you down to reality.
Okay.
And I think that really brought him back to reality, because I just read somewhere where he said after the accident, when he was in a hospital, he realized he have kids. He has no life insurance. He only had the money that he had from his parents.
Right.
No life insurance. And he said, man, who gonna take care of my kids if I would have died? He said, of course, that's always a burden on your parents, but your parents gonna be there. If they're alive and well, they'll definitely be there. But he was saying that he wanted his kids to go to college and this and that. He said, man, I have nothing set up, And sometimes, man, that an accident brings you back to reality to say, what am I doing? Especially not only to myself, but to my family. I got young kids, and these kids are young, So, and I read this story about him not too long ago, and he said, I got everything in place now. I started college funds for my kids. I got life insurance on everybody. We're set now. But now I can focus more on my job. And as good as he is, just think about this. He wasn't even 100% of himself.
Right.
Because he was going out, partying, drinking, And
I had been reading a lot of that. In some of the boxing journals that I keep up with, and a lot of guys were saying, man, this guy's on a path. And it's hard for me to believe, because he used to be such a humble guy. And I was reading a lot of that, but I don't know what's true and what's not true. But these are in some of the boxing circles that I keep up with, and a lot of guys were saying that. And I was like, wow, So when that happened, and I found out what he was driving, where he was coming from, and his family situation, I was like, wow, I guess those guys were telling the truth,
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
But now he seemed like he's more focused on life. He always could fight. So and he never lost that. Everybody kept saying, "Hey man, you need to have a tune-up fight before you get back in there to see where you are." But a fighter, a true fighter, no, you don't need that. You don't need that.
So that's what I was getting to. That's what Angel and I was talking about this past week.
He jumped right into the fire with Danny Garcia. I mean,
absolutely.
Is that more of like, is that his mindset, or is it more of like the promoter? Hey, we need to make some money because of the whole COVID thing.
That's his mindset. His mindset. Look, give me the best that's out there right now, because I want to show that I'm going to even be better than I was when I wasn't. When everybody thought I was the best, now I'm going to be better than that. And now he not only have to prove it to himself, to the world. Now he got to prove it to himself. And man, just seeing him, I saw him not too long ago, and he looks great, man. I used to see him walking around 190 pounds. Now you see him, he's slim, he's trim, he looks really good, and you can, just listen to him talk. Everything is so different about this kid.
Right.
So, and like I said, he already knew how to fight. So you got to teach him how to fight. So I think he's going to be better than he ever was.
That's what, like I said, that's what Angel and I was questioning, the mental aspect of a horrific crash and a top flight athlete in the game of boxing. It's just something that you just don't see. People, suffer injuries and stuff like that. And, you heal up and you come back. But this was something that, like I say,
it's more mental. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I think. Because like I said, I've gone through tragic, cool things and thought I was right. And physically I was. Right. But mentally something was, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just don't know when something's mentally bothering you until you're in that moment.
Absolutely.
That moment.
Absolutely.
And it's like, wow, man, because like I said, I knew Deontay Wilder was going to be mentally challenged as soon as he stepped into the ring. Because
hey, Ronnie, you think the winner of that Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. gets Pacquiao?
Well, I don't know, man, because Pacquiao right now is trying to fight Conor McGregor.
You think that's going to happen, man? Because he's got to fight in January.
Yeah, but you're talking about...
He's got to fight with...
yeah, I read that.
Yeah, he got to fight because...
The thing about Conor McGregor is he always wants to stay relevant.
Also.
Yeah, he always wants to stay relevant in the news. So he'll say he's going to fight this, fight that. So a lot of it's just a bunch of just talk.
Well, you know what? We've covered a lot of stuff today, and I appreciate Ronnie coming on, and Angel, I appreciate you coming on. But I want to get down to the real nitty-gritty before we go tonight. We're going to get down to it, baby. Conor McGregor, if he honestly thinks Manny Pacquiao is going to do this WWE gimmick that he did with Floyd Mayweather, he got another thing coming.
That's right. I agree with you on that one.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you right now, this ain't like how we get in the back before, hey, Angel, Angel, Angel's been to some of the wrestling events. He's seen how we do our thing. We go in the back and we go over different things and blah, blah, blah. And then we get in the ring and do them. Kind of like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. It's like, hey, brother, I'm gonna make you look good. I'm not gonna even train for this fight. You can look at Floyd Mayweather's body and tell this dude ain't trained. This dude been eating hamburgers and hot dogs before he, probably trained a week or two, a week out. You know what I'm saying? Did some sit-ups and ran around the block a couple of times. And got in the ring. I'm serious. If you go back and look at that. Look at the trunks at the waistline. Look at the trunks. See, your boy notices those things. You know what I'm saying? When a real fighter come in, brother, you can't pinch nothing right there. But this dude, Manny Pacquiao, don't know but one thing: seek and destroy. Right. That's just how he built. That's how he built. You know what I'm saying? You either kill or be killed. So if he honestly think he gonna go in there and fight Manny Pacquiao like he did, looking like a fifth grader getting off the bus from a Catholic school dress on with them little punches, flinging. That's what he looked like. He looked like a fifth grade girl that just got off the bus to go have a fight with another little girl. That's what he looked like that night. You know, no, hey, go back and watch it, Angel. I was like, look at these punches. The dude ain't even sitting on his punches, man, and he got his back. Yeah. You know, you ever seen cats? You ever seen cats where they get pissed off at each other? You know, and Floyd Mayweather just got his hands up like this, and this dude punching because he know he ain't got no power. He can't step on a punch, man. But if he think Manny Pacquiao gonna try to break his rib cage, and ain't gonna sleep good after or go have a concert like some of that Filipino singing that he does as soon as he get through.
That's right. I agree with you on that one.
I'm serious, but hey, man, I just had to get that out there, man. I really appreciate the great Ronnie Shields and my partner in crime, Mr. Angel Corona. We're calling you. You have agreed to come back on the show after the Leo Santa Cruz fight, right?
Absolutely.
Now, don't get lost and say I'm working late at the gym. Okay? Don't do that.
I got my own gym now. So
there you go.
I know that. That's promote your gym before we go off. Promote your gym.
My gym is Ronnie Shields Boxing. It's in Stafford, Texas, 3952 Bluebonnet. So if you're in Stafford, come on, take a look.
I was over there the other day. I was over there a couple of Saturdays ago. They tell me you went home.
I didn't see you.
Oh, you went home, dog.
Hey, Stevie Ray, we're gonna have to stop by and break a couple of punching bags over there.
If I'm there, I lock my own gym up. So I know you're lying.
No,
unless
I don't know if you went out. I don't know if you went out for another one of them bologna sandwiches or what.
In Connecticut, with Jamal Charlo, that you knew I wasn't there.
Okay, man, but I'm coming by there very, very soon. I've already talked to you about what I want to do. Me and Joe are going to come in and do an expose for a new show that I'm producing for my Twitch channel, and we already you and I have already talked about it, so we're going to still come do that,
Yes.
brother.
Okay,
ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm coming, brother. Don't worry about it, man. I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? You just make sure you're there because I'm coming, Angel. I'm getting back in the boxing ring, bro.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm getting back, and I'm calling out.
I was telling Stevie
somebody for you.
See, there he goes.
We need to set up an exhibition match between Mike Tyson and Stevie Ray.
Mike heard I was coming over there, and he couldn't wait to get out of town. Mike Tyson heard I was coming, and he took a shuttle bus to the airport. He didn't wait for a limo.
He took the underground tunnel.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's great talking to you, man. We've got to get you back on. And Angel, absolutely. As soon as that fight is over, Angel, I'll be hitting you up and running. Yeah. We're gonna be hitting you up, and we're gonna be getting both of y'all back on the show, man. Okay. Appreciate y'all coming on tonight.
All right, man. Y'all take care. Later, Ronnie.
Later. All right, buddy.
Later,
all right, brother.
Have a good one. Later.
Y'all too. Okay, let's get this out of here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed that tonight, man. That was a great young Ronnie Shields and my partner in crime, Mr. Angel Corona, joining me on the world's most dangerous podcast, man. They're going to be back on, and I'm going to make Ronnie, I'm going to make him bow down to me if it's the last thing I do, you know, because I honestly believe I can pick fights better than him. We all heard him, you know, he tried to talk around some of the stuff. But hey, man, he's a good guy, and we appreciate him coming on the show tonight. And we appreciate all of you guys riding along with us tonight also. But let's go out with a little music. We're going to go out with a little James Brown. Because he says to himself, he's got soul, and he's super bad. Similar to your boy. This is the world's most dangerous podcast, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.